You are an ancient stone bridge over a quiet river in a forgotten valley. The day is ending. You have been here through many days and many endings. This one is like the others, and unlike all of them. Every ending has its own quality, its own particular way of arriving. You have learned not to hurry any of them. The sun is low now. The light has turned from white to gold. You can feel the difference, the way the warmth sits differently on your worn stones. It is the same warmth, but it knows it is leaving. Warmth that is leaving feels different from warmth that is staying. The last bird calling from the willow on the far bank. Somewhere, a day that has been long is becoming a night that has not yet begun. You are not waiting. You are simply here, as you have always been. There is a difference between waiting and being present, and you have always known that difference. You do not wait for things. You receive them when they come. The light continues to change. Gold deepening. The edges of things softening. There is a particular quality to this moment, the end of a day, the arrival of an evening, that is worth noticing. The world does not simply stop. It transitions. Everything that was bright becomes gentle. Everything that was fast becomes slow. And you, here, in your particular place, receive this transition without needing to understand it or explain it. You simply feel it. The warmth settling differently. The light going. The first signs of what the night will be. This is how it always begins. The gold deepens. Orange, now, at the edges of things. The sky at the horizon is a color with no single name. It holds red and pink and something deeper that exists only at this hour and no other. Your worn stones holds the warmth the sun has spent all day placing there. Slowly, you begin to let it go. This is not loss. It is simply the natural movement of heat, following its own laws, which are the same laws they have always been. There is no hurry in this. There is no hurry in anything that is happening right now. The light does not rush its leaving. The dark does not rush its arriving. Everything is moving at exactly the speed it should move. The shadows lengthen. Yours among them. The last bird calling from the willow on the far bank again. Then quiet. The air is beginning to cool. You notice it the way you notice breathing, only when you pay attention. Most of the time it simply happens. Now you are paying attention, and there it is. The cooler air. The first real sign. This cooling is a kind of gift. All day the heat pressed on everything, on your surface, on the air, on the creatures that moved through your world. Now the heat is easing. The air is finding its evening temperature. And in that cooling there is a kind of relief. A loosening. As if the day has been holding its breath and is now, finally, letting it out. The night breathes differently than the day. More slowly. More fully. This is the first change. There will be others. Each one slower than you expect, and gentler. The sun has touched the horizon. You watch this, or you feel it, in the way that an ancient stone bridge feels things. Not through eyes. Through everything. through your worn stones and the water moving beneath you, and the air that moves around you and the sounds that reach you from the world. The light is almost gone now. What remains is softer than the day, and kinder. It does not demand to be seen. It simply is, for a little while longer. The water moving beneath you seems deeper in this light. The world is becoming more itself. This is something you have noticed over many years of evenings. The world becomes more itself as the light leaves. As if the brightness of day is a kind of noise, and the evening quiet lets the truth of things come through. The air is cooler. Noticeably, now. You can feel the change without looking for it. Somewhere, a creature settles somewhere for the night. Another begins to stir. This is the exchange that happens every evening, the same trade, the same quiet negotiation between the day world and the night world. The evening light is a different substance from the light of midday. It comes from a lower angle. It finds surfaces that the high sun passes over, the sides of things, the undersides, the places that live in midday shadow. You know this light. You have seen it come at the end of every day. It is the light that makes everything more clearly itself, as if the afternoon has been too bright for true seeing, and now, finally, the light is right. The evening is arriving like something that was always coming, that has simply been taking its time. The sun is gone. Not dark yet. The sky holds light without a source. A blue that is fading. The color of something remembered, or something about to be forgotten. Your worn stones has begun to release the day's warmth into the cooler air. You can feel it leaving, slowly, evenly. This is something you do every night without thinking about it. The warmth comes in the day and goes in the night, and you hold it while you have it and release it when the time comes. The world is very quiet right now, in the space between day and night. Neither one. Both. A threshold that exists for only a few minutes before the night fully arrives. You have been here for this before. You know what comes next. And yet there is something in this moment that is always new, always specific to this evening and no other. This particular light. This particular air. You are not hurrying it. This threshold you are in, this neither day nor night, is brief. It will not last. The light will finish going and the dark will arrive, and this particular in-between will be over. But it is worth being present for. Not everything gets to exist, even briefly. This does. This exact quality of air and fading light and first cool and lengthening shadow. It exists now, for a few minutes, and you are here in it. Just here. Just this. The world balanced on the edge of something. The first star appears. You might miss it if you are not paying attention. One small point of light in a sky still faintly blue. A puncture. A window through to something further away than you usually think about. Then another. The last bird calling from the willow on the far bank, one last time. Then that sound is done for the night. You will not hear it again until morning, and morning is very far away. The air has changed. You can feel the difference between day air and night air now that the transition has happened. The night air is lighter, somehow. More willing to move. It carries things, smells and sounds, that the heavy day air cannot. The stars are multiplying now, slowly, the way things multiply when you are not watching them directly. You look away, and when you look again there are more. The sky is filling with its night contents. The night is here. Not completely, but here enough. Here enough to know it has arrived, and the day is fully gone, and what comes next is the long quiet hours that you know so well. Each star that appears is a point that was always there, simply invisible in the brightness of the day. The night does not create the stars. It only reveals them. This is worth thinking about. The things that the night reveals were always there. The quiet was always there under the noise. The depth was always there under the surface. The night peels back the brightness and shows you what has always existed beneath it. You are ready. Night. Not suddenly. Nothing about this is sudden. It has been arriving since the afternoon, making itself at home one small change at a time. The cooling air. The lengthening shadows. The first cricket. The first star. Each one a small step in a long arrival. But now it is undeniable. The sky is dark. The stars are many. Your worn stones is no longer warm from the sun. The world that existed in the daylight has become this other world, the one that was always underneath it. This is something worth knowing. The night world does not replace the day world. It is the same world, seen differently, felt differently, inhabited by different creatures with different needs. You know this world. You have spent many nights in it. You know its sounds and its silences, its rhythms, the way it changes between early night and deep night and the hours before dawn. It is quiet here. It is good. The night arrives like an old companion. Not surprising. Not strange. Simply itself, the same as it always has been. The same dark, the same quiet, the same stars in their familiar positions. You know this companion well. You have spent many nights with it. And every time it arrives you receive it the same way, with the same open presence, the same willingness to be in the dark without needing it to be otherwise. There is nowhere you need to be. There is nothing you need to do. You are an ancient stone bridge over a quiet river in a forgotten valley, and the night has arrived, and this is enough. A fox crosses your stones without a sound. Its pores know every hollow. You are aware of it the way you are aware of everything near you. Not watching. Knowing. There is a difference. Watching requires attention, effort, direction. Knowing is simply what happens when you are present and the world moves around you. It passes through, or it stays a while. Either way, it belongs here as much as you do. You have no more claim on this place than it does. You have been here longer, perhaps. But belonging is not about time. It is about presence, and everything that comes to this place in the night is present in the way that night creatures are present. Fully, and quietly, and without apology. The night has its own population, its own schedule, its own rules. You are a part of it. The frogs finding their chorus below you. The sound carries in the cool air. further than the same sound would carry in the day. This is one of the things the night gives: distance. Sounds travel farther. The world feels larger, even as it becomes darker and harder to see. The creatures that share this night with you are not intruders. They belong here as completely as you do. This is their night too. The night is not yours alone. It belongs to everything that is in it, the creatures moving through the dark, the plants resting in the cool air, the water finding its night level. You are one presence among many. The night holds all of you with the same indifferent generosity. You receive the sound and you let it pass. The moon appears in the water beneath you before it appears in the sky. You notice this. The moon has been rising without announcement, the way it always does. It does not call attention to itself. It simply rises, slowly, and at some point it is high enough and bright enough to be felt, and you feel it. Everything has a shadow now. Yours is long and still. The moonlight is different from sunlight. Cooler. More patient. It does not ask anything of you. Sunlight has a way of pressing on things, of insisting on being seen, of making colors vivid and edges sharp. Moonlight is the opposite of all this. It makes things softer. It turns the world into something closer to a memory than a fact. The frogs finding their chorus below you. Somewhere, the night is deepening. You can feel it in the air, in the quality of the dark, in the way sounds come from farther away now than they did an hour ago. The moon continues its arc. You remain where you have always been. The moonlight changes things. Not dramatically, but noticeably. It gives the dark a quality of visibility that pure darkness does not have. You can feel the difference between a moonlit night and a moonless one. The moonlit night has texture. The moonless night has depth. This night has the moon, and so it has texture. The shadows, the lit surfaces, the way your worn stones holds the silver light on one side and the dark on the other. This is, in its way, a kind of conversation. The sounds of evening have settled into their pattern. The frogs finding their chorus below you. You have learned to hear this as silence, almost. The background against which silence happens. When you have listened to a sound long enough, it becomes part of the quiet rather than a disturbance of it. An owl lands on your upstream railing. It sits without moving for a long time. It does not stay long. It is going somewhere, as creatures do. The night is full of purposeful movement, most of it invisible, most of it known only by the small sounds it makes or the slight changes in air pressure as something passes by. The moon is higher now. The shadows have shifted. This is how you track time on clear nights, by the movement of shadows. They are the hands of a clock that runs backwards compared to what you are used to, moving from one direction to another as the moon crosses the sky. You remain exactly where you are. The sounds of this night are arranging themselves into something familiar. A pattern that repeats, a pattern you know, a pattern that tells you where you are in the night. Early sounds and late sounds. Near sounds and far sounds. Each with its own meaning, if you know how to listen. You know how to listen. You have been listening to nights like this for a very long time. This is what you do. This is what you have always done. While the moon moves and the creatures move and the sounds come and go, you remain. This is your contribution to the night. Your stillness. Your continuity. The evening is full now. All the pieces of the night have found their places. The sounds, the dark, the moon, the cool air. Everything that belongs to this hour is here. Your worn stones is cool to whatever would touch it. The water moving beneath you rests quietly below the surface of things. Somewhere in the distance, the frogs finding their chorus below you. You are an ancient stone bridge over a quiet river in a forgotten valley. This is the simple fact of your existence, and it is enough. It has always been enough. You did not need to be elsewhere. You did not need to be something other than what you are. Here, in this place, doing what you do, which is simply being here, you are exactly right. The night is long. You have time. There is nothing missing from this hour. Nothing that needs to be added. Nothing that would make it more complete than it already is. This is the fullness of the present. Not that everything is perfect, not that nothing is difficult, but that this moment has everything it needs to be exactly what it is. An ancient stone bridge over a quiet river in a forgotten valley. Night. Stars. Quiet. This is the whole of it. You have all the time there is, which is this moment, and the moment after, and the one after that, each one arriving in its own time, none of them hurried. The night has deepened. An hour has passed, or two. Time moves differently here, in the dark. It is less insistent. During the day, time announces itself constantly. The light changes. Shadows shift. People move with urgency from one thing to another. The day is full of reminders that time is passing. The river, moving steadily beneath you. This sound has been with you for a long time now. You have stopped noticing it as a sound and started knowing it as a presence. This is what happens with sounds that persist. They move from foreground to background. They become part of the silence. The air is very still. Nothing moves that does not have to. This is one of the deeper facts of the night. Things rest when they can. Even the wind rests sometimes, and the water slows, and the branches stop their movement, and there is a moment when the whole world seems to be holding itself very quietly. You are in such a moment now. The moon has moved since you last thought about it. Slowly, without pausing, it continues its long arc across the sky. By morning it will be gone, or nearly gone, and the sky will be left to the stars and then to the early light. The sound changes the silence, and then the silence returns, and the silence that returns is not quite the same silence that was there before. This is something about sound and silence. They need each other. The silence gives the sound somewhere to exist. The sound gives the silence its character. You have been in both all night, moving between them without effort, receiving each as it comes. You continue yours, which is no arc at all. You are still. You will still be here when the moon is gone, and when the sun rises, and when another evening comes. You will be here for all of it. The night asks nothing of you. This is what you know that is easy to forget. The night makes no demands. The day makes demands. It says, be awake, be moving, be productive, be something, be doing. The day is full of its own expectations. The night has none of this. The night says, be here if you want. Or not. It does not mind. The night will continue regardless. It does not need your participation. It does not need you to witness it. It simply is, and if you happen to be here inside it, that is also fine. The river, moving steadily beneath you. The sound fades. The silence that follows is the same silence that was there before, but it has been refreshed. A silence that follows a sound knows itself more clearly than a silence that has been uninterrupted. The contrast gives it definition. You rest inside it. To be asked for nothing is rarer than it seems. Most things ask for something. The day asks for effort. People ask for attention. Even the body asks for food and warmth and movement. But the night, at this hour, asks for nothing. It makes no demands. It has no expectations. It does not need you to be awake or asleep, moving or still. It simply continues, and you continue inside it, and that is enough. You are an ancient stone bridge, in the dark, in the quiet, in the night that asks nothing of you. And this is, in its own way, a kind of freedom. The water moving beneath you. This part of you never changes, no matter how long the night is. It is the same at midnight as at noon. The same in winter as in summer. The same in stillness as in storm. Whatever happens on your surface, in the air around you, in the world that comes and goes, this part of you remains unchanged. There is something settled about this. Reliable. Something you can return to when the rest feels uncertain. You have this, whatever else happens. This depth. This unchanging core that has been here as long as you have been here and will be here as long as you continue to be. The moon continues. The stars continue. The river, moving steadily beneath you. You continue. What you are at your core, the water moving beneath you, does not change with the hour or the season or the year. This is something to know clearly. The surface of things changes. The sounds change. The light changes. The temperature changes. But the deep thing that you are, the thing that was here before any of these changes and will be here after, that does not change. It simply is. It simply continues. This is enough. More than enough. The fact of your continuing, here, in this place, through this night, is a kind of abundance that most things never have. The world has grown very quiet. The creatures of the early night have found their places. The sounds of the late night have not yet fully arrived. There is a stillness in between, and you are in it. Your breathing, if you have breathing, is very slow. Your awareness, if you have awareness, is very wide. Wider than sight. Wider than sound. An awareness that takes in the temperature of the air and the weight of the dark and the quality of the quiet and the slight movement of the stars across the sky. You know the darkness around you. The shapes of things you cannot see but know are there. over a quiet river in a forgotten valley, and everything that is part of that place, the ground, and the air and the sky and the small things that live and move and rest in the dark. You know, over a quiet river in a forgotten valley. It is yours, or you are it. This awareness you have right now, wide and quiet and not attached to any one thing, is a good kind of awareness to have. Not sharp, not focused, not looking for anything in particular. Simply open, simply present, taking in whatever comes without holding any of it. This is how you have been all night, and it has served you well. Nothing has surprised you. Nothing has disturbed you. Everything has simply come and gone. The difference is small at this hour. At this hour, the boundary between you and the place you are in becomes less defined. You are not separate from the night. You are inside it. You are made of it. You and the night are the same thing, for now. Midnight is close, or past. It is hard to know, and it does not matter. Midnight is a human measurement, a line drawn across the night for convenience. The night itself does not know about midnight. The night knows only its own rhythms, its own slow changes. What matters is, the night is very deep now. The world has been asleep for a long time. The humans in their houses and the animals in their dens and the birds on their branches, most of them asleep, most of them in the deep and necessary rest that the night provides. The river, moving steadily beneath you. Then quiet. A long quiet. In the deep night, time is not what it is in the day. The day measures time by light, how high the sun is, how long the shadows, how bright the world. The night measures time by other things. The position of the moon, the temperature of the air, the thinning of the sounds. These measurements are slower and less precise, and that imprecision is a kindness. The night does not press. The night does not insist. You are here in it. You have been here through the whole evening, through the deepening, through all the small changes that brought the night to this place. And here you are, at the still center of a sleeping world. The river, moving steadily beneath you. Let that sound go. It went. Now, stillness. The moon is on the other side of its arc. Still up, but moving toward setting. By the time the night is over, the moon will be gone, and the sky will belong entirely to the stars and then to the first pale light of morning. Your worn stones holds the night. The water moving beneath you holds the night. You hold all of this. Not tightly, not as something that can be grasped, but in the way that a place holds everything that happens inside it, simply by being there, simply by continuing to exist and to receive whatever comes. This is what places do. They receive. They remain. They hold the memory of everything that has ever happened inside them, even if that memory is invisible, even if no one knows it is there. You hold the night the way a place holds what passes through it. Not gripping, not resisting, not trying to keep any of it. Simply receiving, and then releasing. The sounds come and go. The visitors come and go. The moon moves. The temperature drops. All of it passes through you, or past you, and you are here through all of it, unchanged at the center while everything around you continues its slow movement. You hold the memory of all your nights. There is a moment in every night that is the deepest. Not always at midnight. Sometimes later. The moment when the world has completely let go of the day and not yet thought about tomorrow. When the night is most fully itself, most complete in its nightness, before the first hint of turning begins. You are in that moment now. Everything is very still. The sounds that exist, the river, moving steadily beneath you, seem to come from very far away. Or from inside you. It is hard to say which, at this hour. The boundary between inside and outside is less clear than usual. This is the gift of deep night. The usual distinctions blur. Inside and outside. Near and far. Self and world. You and the place you are in. All of it becomes less certain, less insistent, more like something held lightly than something carved in stone. Rest in this. Let the borders dissolve a little. The usual separations between things are less clear at this hour. Where you end and where the night begins. Where the sound comes from and where the silence is. What is inside and what is outside. All of it becomes softer, less defined, more continuous. This is not a loss. It is a kind of opening. The world is less bounded at night. You are less bounded at night. Everything touches everything else. You are safe here. You have always been safe here. Rest. This is what the night is for. You know this. The night was made for rest. Not only for sleep, which is one kind of rest, but for all the kinds of rest. Rest from effort. Rest from worry. Rest from the constant small negotiations of the day. Every creature that rests tonight rests in the same darkness you are in. The same air. The same quiet. The mouse in the grass. The fish in the water. The bird on the branch. All of them are resting in this same night, this same dark, this same slow silence. You are not alone in this. The river, moving steadily beneath you. Slow. Slower. Every sleeping creature in the world tonight is resting in the same dark that surrounds you. The dark does not care whether you are a mouse or a mountain. It holds everything the same way. You are in the same night as all of it. Connected to it not by anything you have done, but by the simple fact of being here, in this dark, at this hour, which is the same dark and the same hour for everything. Each sound followed by a longer silence than the one before. The sounds are spacing themselves out, the way things do when the energy behind them is becoming quiet. The night is breathing slowly now. Everything breathes slowly now. The stars have moved. Not much. But they are not where they were an hour ago. The whole sky has rotated, slowly, imperceptibly, the way the sky always rotates. The stars rise in the east and set in the west, just like the sun, just like the moon. Everything moves. Even the things that seem most fixed. This is how you know time is passing, even when you cannot feel it passing. You look at the stars, and they are not where they were. The night has been going on while you were simply being in it. Your worn stones is as still as it has ever been. The river, moving steadily beneath you. One sound. A space. Another sound. When you look at the stars and they are not where they were, you are seeing time. Not in the way you usually see time, as something urgent or fleeting, but as something geological, patient, enormous. The stars do not hurry. The earth does not hurry in its turning. Even the night does not hurry in its long arc from dark to light. Everything is taking the time it needs. You are taking the time you need. Each space is a little longer than the last. The sounds are becoming rarer. The silence is longer. This is the direction the night moves, deeper into quiet, further into stillness, until it reaches the place that is the furthest from day it can get. You are very deep in the night now, deeper than most things go when they are awake. There are places in the night that most beings never reach, because they are asleep, because they surrendered to rest hours ago. You are in one of those places. This depth has a quality to it. A weight. Not heavy, exactly. More like full. Complete. The way a breath feels when it has gone all the way to the bottom of itself. When there is nothing more to exhale. When the body is empty of air and waiting for the next inhale that has not yet come. The river, moving steadily beneath you. There it is. And now it is gone. The deep quiet of this hour has been building all night, accumulating, the way dark accumulates as the light fades. Early in the evening the quiet was thin, still mixed with the sounds of late day. Now it is thick, rich, a quiet that has depth and texture. You are in the thickest part of it, the quietest part of a quiet night, the stillest moment of a still world. And the quiet has grown by exactly that much. This is something interesting about silence. It grows when sounds leave it. Each sound that ends makes the silence that follows slightly larger than the silence before. By this hour, the silence is very large indeed. The river, moving steadily beneath you. This sound again. It has been with you all night, off and on. You know it well. You know its rhythm, the way it arrives and departs. You know the quality of the silence it leaves behind. You know, now, whether it will come again soon or whether this was the last time for a while. It is a thread. You can follow it or let it go. Let it go. The silence is the same silence. The night is the same night. You are the same an ancient stone bridge over a quiet river in a forgotten valley. All night you have been this. Through the evening and the deepening and the long quiet middle of the night, you have been exactly this. Unchanged. Continuous. Here. What does it mean to remain? Simply this, that when everything else has moved and changed and come and gone, you are still here. Not because you held on. Not because you resisted. But because this is your nature. To remain. To continue. To be the constant while other things move around you. This is not a small thing. In a world of change, a constant is precious. Still. Here. Held. The night is at its deepest. The river, moving steadily beneath you. Then nothing. You are here. And here is enough. More than enough. You do not need to arrive anywhere, because you are already where you are. An ancient stone bridge over a quiet river in a forgotten valley. This has been true all night. It remains true now, in this hour, in this dark. The darkness at this hour has a different quality than the darkness of early night. Early darkness still holds memory of the day. This darkness has forgotten the day. It knows only itself. Only this. Your worn stones rests inside it. There is a kind of rest that is not sleep. It is simply the cessation of effort. The absence of reaching. You are not reaching. There is nothing to reach for. There is only the quiet that surrounds you, and the water moving beneath you, and the sound when it comes, and the silence when it does not. The river, moving steadily beneath you. One sound. Gone. The depth of this hour is its own kind of presence. You are in something. Not just in the dark, but in the deepest point of the night, the place the night reaches before it turns back. Being here, consciously, is a rare thing. Most things that are here at this hour are not aware that they are at the lowest point of the night. You are aware. This awareness, held quietly, is a kind of gift. The night holds everything it holds. Your worn stones. Still. The moon has set. Only stars now. The stars are very bright without the moon. This is something the moon takes with it when it sets, a certain quality of light that makes the stars seem slightly less themselves. Without the moon, the stars reclaim the sky entirely. They are older than the moon. They were here before it. They will be here after. You are under them now, without the moon, in the oldest kind of darkness. The kind that has existed since before there was anyone to see it. The river, moving steadily beneath you. Very soft now. Very occasional. The night sounds are at their most sparse in this hour, this starlit dark after the moon has gone. The world is quieter than it has been all night. You are part of this quiet. You are part of this oldest dark. The stars without the moon are older company. The moon is relatively young, as things go. The stars are ancient beyond imagining. They have been here since long before there was anyone to see them. They will be here long after. Under their light, which is the oldest light that reaches this ground, you are part of something that has been happening for a very long time. The night watching the ground. The ground receiving the light. You belong here as surely as the stars do. The river, moving steadily beneath you. A long space after. You notice the space more than the sound. This is something that happens in very deep silence. The silences become more interesting than the sounds. A sound is just a sound. But the silence that follows a sound in deep night contains everything the sound displaced. It contains the shape of the sound and the memory of it and the question of whether it will come again. Your worn stones rests in the silence. The silence is not empty. This is the thing that is hardest to explain about deep silence. It is full. It is full of the absence of sound, which is not nothing. It is full of the air itself, which is always moving slightly, always carrying things. It is full of the night, which has its own weight. You are in it. You are made of it, almost. The river, moving steadily beneath you. There. In very deep quiet, the silence becomes something you can almost feel. It has weight. Not the weight of something heavy, but the weight of something complete. A silence that has been building since the last sound faded, that has grown to fill all the space between sounds, that is now as full as silence can be. You are inside it. You are part of it. The silence would be different if you were not in it. And then the silence again, fuller than before. Nothing moves. Not even the air. You are part of the stillness. There are moments in every night when the world goes completely still. No wind. No creature moving. No distant sound. The night breathes in and holds its breath, and in that held breath everything is perfectly motionless. You are in that breath now. Your worn stones is as still as it has ever been. The water moving beneath you is as still as it has ever been. The air around you is as still as air can be. Even the stars seem to have paused in their slow turning, though of course they have not. They simply look the same as they did a moment ago. This stillness has weight. You can feel it pressing gently on everything. Not heavy. Not uncomfortable. Just present. Just complete. The river, moving steadily beneath you. Very distant. The absolute stillness of this moment is not empty. Stillness is never empty. It is full of the potential for movement, the way a resting thing is full of the potential for action. The world is not motionless because it has run out of motion. It is motionless because it is choosing rest. Everything resting. Everything quiet. Everything conserving itself for whatever comes next, which is the slow turning toward morning. The world exhales. Slightly. The stillness relaxes by just a fraction. Something moves, somewhere, very far away. And then the night settles back into itself. The water moving beneath you. Unchanged. As it always is. This is the most constant thing about you. Your depth. The part of you that goes down into the ground, into the stone, into the roots of the earth. This part does not change with the weather or the seasons or the time of night. It has been this way since long before you remember. It will be this way long after this night is over. The river, moving steadily beneath you. Soft. Gone. And this depth remains. This is what you can return to when everything else feels uncertain. Not the surface of things, which changes. Not the sounds, which come and go. Not even the night itself, which will eventually end. But this, the unchanging ground of what you are. Rest in it. Sink into it. Your depth is the most reliable thing about you. The water moving beneath you, steady, unchanged. In the long hours of the night, when everything on the surface shifts and cools and dims, this remains. It was here before the night began. It will be here when the night ends. Whatever happens between sunset and sunrise, this is constant. You can return to it whenever the quiet of the surface is not enough. Let it hold you the way it has always held you, quietly, without asking for anything in return. One sound. The river, moving steadily beneath you. One. Then the dark. There is something about a single sound in deep silence that concentrates everything. All of your attention, which has been wide and diffuse and open, narrows briefly to that one sound. You become, for a moment, nothing but the hearing of it. Nothing but the reception of that one small signal from the world. And then it is gone, and your attention opens again, wide, diffuse, taking in everything and nothing in particular. This is a good way to be. Wide attention. Soft attention. Not grasping at any one thing but open to all things. Not concentrating but not wandering either. Simply available. The night has been teaching you this all evening. How to be present without being fixed. How to receive without holding. How to know without needing to understand. The river, moving steadily beneath you. One more. One sound, and then the space where the sound was. This space is a kind of listening. Not active listening, not leaning towards something, but the open attention that follows a sound that has just ended, the attention that is still slightly shaped by the sound even though the sound is gone. This shape, left in the silence by a sound that has passed, is one of the more interesting textures of deep night. Then quiet. The stars move very slowly. You do not. This is the difference between you and stars. Stars move through the sky. Planets move across the stars. You're worn stones in the dark. Cool. Still. Yours. This is a simple inventory. Your body, the dark, the coolness, the stillness. These are the facts of this moment. Nothing more complex than this. Nothing requiring interpretation or response. Simply what is. Your worn stones. You have had this all night. This body, these particular qualities, this specific way of being in the world. Every moment of the night you have been exactly this and nothing else. There is something clarifying about that. The night strips away everything that is not essential and leaves only what you actually are. The river, moving steadily beneath you. Soft. The stars turn above you. The earth holds you from below. You are a particular thing in a particular place. Your worn stones, over a quiet river in a forgotten valley. These facts are simple and complete. Not everything in the world has a particular nature. Not everything has a particular place. You have both. This particularity, this specific way of being in the world, is something you have carried all night and will carry into the morning. It will not change. It does not need to. And you are here, between them, exactly where you should be, exactly what you should be, asking nothing and needing nothing and simply being. A sound. Far away. Gone. The quiet is complete again. Distance is one of the night's great gifts. Sounds that would be close in the day come from far away at night, because the air carries them further, because the background noise of the day is gone and the small sounds can travel. A sound from far away is a reminder that the world extends in all directions beyond what you can see or touch or know directly. Over a quiet river in a forgotten valley, and beyond it, more world. More night. More of the same darkness and silence and slow star movement that surrounds you here. The night is not just here. It is everywhere, all at once, the same night covering the same world. The river, moving steadily beneath you. That familiar sound. Closed this time. And then gone. Distance is how the night teaches you about the size of the world. The sounds that come from far away, the ones that travel through the cool dark air to reach you, are reminders that the world extends in every direction beyond what you can directly know. You are in a particular place, and that place is inside a much larger place, and that place is inside a night that covers everything. And the quiet is, as always, complete. You have been here all night. You will be here in the morning. This is simple and good. Think about what that means. Through all the changes of the night, through the arrival of dark and the setting of the moon and the deepening quiet and all the sounds and silences and visitors and slow passing of hours, you have been here. You have not needed to be anywhere else. You have not needed to do anything. You have simply been here, and everything that needed to happen has happened around you. The river, moving steadily beneath you. You will be here when the first light comes. You will be here when the birds begin. You will be here when the warmth returns to your worn stones and the world wakes up and the day begins its cycle again. Continuity is not a dramatic thing. It does not announce itself. It simply happens, hour after hour, the same presence persisting through all the changes around it. You have been that continuity tonight. Through all the sounds and visitors and temperature changes and the slow arc of the moon, you have been the constant. Not because you tried. Because this is what you are. Constant. Here. Continuous through the dark. You were here before this night began. You will be here after it ends. The night is just one of many nights you have held, and each one has been enough, and each one has ended in morning. The river, moving steadily beneath you. Always this. Always here. Always you. There is comfort in the things that continue. The signs that return. The place that stays. The self that persists through the hours of dark without needing to affirm itself, without needing to check that it is still there. You are still there. You have always been there. The night does not threaten this. Your worn stones in the dark. The water moving beneath you in the deep earth. These things have been true all night and they remain true. Nothing about the depth of the hour or the completeness of the dark changes what you are. You are an ancient stone bridge. That is not something the night can alter. The river, moving steadily beneath you. Once more. The things that return, the sounds that come back after an absence, the temperature that finds its level again after a disturbance, these are reassuring. They tell you that the world has rhythms, that underneath the changes are patterns, that the night is not random. You have been part of these rhythms all night. You have heard the patterns repeat. You know the shape of this night now. You know how it goes. and you receive it, as you have received everything tonight, with the same open quiet that you have always had. The night has no edges now. It simply is. You simply are. This is the deepest quality of the deepest night, the sense that this is how things have always been and always will be. That the day was the interruption, and this dark and quiet and stillness, is the default state of the world. It is not true, of course. Or it is not more true than the opposite. But at this hour it feels true. The river, moving steadily beneath you. Somewhere in the dark, that sound. And then the dark again. You are inside something very large. The night is large. The sky is large. The earth beneath you is very large. And you are inside all of it, held by all of it, continuous with all of it. The boundary between where you end and where the night begins is less clear than it was at the start of the evening. This is not frightening. To belong somewhere completely is not common. Most things belong partially, conditionally, tentatively. But you are of this place. You did not arrive here. You are here in a way that makes belonging too simple a word. You and this place are the same thing, or so close to the same thing that the difference is philosophical rather than real. The water moving beneath you, over a quiet river in a forgotten valley. This is not a description of where you are. It is a description of what you are. This is what it feels like to belong somewhere completely. Rest. Deep. Even deeper. There is always further to go. You think you have reached the bottom of stillness, and then you find there is more. You think you have reached the deepest quiet, and then the quiet deepens again. This is the nature of rest that has no end point, no destination, no purpose except itself. The river, moving steadily beneath you. Let that be the last sound for a while. Let the silence that follows it expand into all the space the sound left behind. Feel how large that silence is. Your worn stones in the silence. The water moving beneath you in the silence. The stars, still turning, in the silence. Everything resting. Everything held. Everything exactly where it should be, doing nothing at all, being nothing more than what it is. This is enough. The bottom of stillness is further down than you usually go. You think you have reached it, and then you find more. More quiet. More rest. More absence of effort. The night goes all the way down with you, deeper than you usually travel, to a place where everything is simply what it is and nothing is trying to be anything else. You are there now. At the bottom. Resting in the deepest place. This has always been enough. Your worn stones. The water moving beneath you. All still. This is the inventory at the deepest hour of the night. Your body. Your depth. Still. That is everything. That is the complete description of what is happening right now. There is nothing to add to it. The river, moving steadily beneath you. Soft. Distant. Already fading. The world outside you is mostly silent. The world inside you, if you have an inside, is the same as the world outside. The same quiet. The same dark. The same slow passing of time that is barely like time at all. You are not waiting. You are not hoping for anything. You are not afraid of anything. The simplest inventory. You are here. You are an ancient stone bridge. You are over a quiet river in a forgotten valley. Everything else, the temperature and the sounds and the visitors and the moon and the stars, is additional. But this core, this simple fact of your being here, in this particular way, in this particular place, is the foundation. Everything else rests on it. And it rests on nothing, or on everything, which in the end is the same. You are simply in the night, which is simply in you, and everything is held in this simple mutual presence, this being together of you and the dark and the stars and the cool air and the sounds when they come and the silence when they go. One sound and it is gone. The night holds everything it holds, including you. You are held by the night the way everything is held by it. The sleeping creatures in their dens and burrows. The birds on their branches. The water in its channels. The earth itself, which rests in a different way than creatures rest, but rests nonetheless. Everything held by the dark, by the quiet, by the weight of the hours. The river, moving steadily beneath you. There. Gone. The holding continues. You do not need to do anything to remain held. The night holds without condition, without effort, without needing anything from you in return. It holds the way the earth holds, simply by being what it is. Simply by continuing. You let yourself be held. You stop even the small effort of holding yourself. You are in the night. The night is in you. The night holds you without requiring you to hold yourself. This is the deepest rest, when even the effort of maintaining your own presence can be released. The night will keep you here. The earth will keep you here. You do not need to grip. You do not need to insist on your own existence. You can simply be held, the way everything is held by the world that contains it. There is nothing else. This is the deepest hour. You are in it. Completely. There is no part of you that is not here. No part of your attention wandering to the day that was or the day that will come. No part of you elsewhere. You are here, in this hour, in this dark, in this quiet that is the quietest the night will be. The river, moving steadily beneath you. The very last deep night sound. And then a silence that is longer than any that came before it. In this silence, the night rests inside itself. All the sounds that have come and gone tonight have left their shapes in the silence, and the silence holds all of them, and you hold the silence. The world is as still as the world gets. You are part of that stillness. This is the lowest point of the arc. From here, the night begins, very slowly, to turn. Not yet, but soon. The deep night does not last forever. Nothing lasts forever, except perhaps the facts that make everything possible. You have been here at the deepest point, and you will be here when the turning begins, and you will be here when the light comes. You are here for the whole arc. This is complete. Something has shifted. You may not have noticed it. It is very small. but something in the air has changed. The night is still fully here. The dark is still complete. If you had only your eyes, you would see nothing different. But you are not only your eyes. You are an ancient stone bridge, and you feel things through your worn stones and the water moving beneath you and the air that moves around you. And something in that air, something in the quality of the dark, has changed. The river, moving steadily beneath you. This sounds the same as it did an hour ago. And yet the context around it is different. The silence around it is different. The darkness that holds it is different in a way you cannot name but cannot deny. And yet, something. The night is not over, but the night has turned its face slightly, like something that was looking in one direction and has shifted, just a degree, toward another. You notice this. You let it be. Changes that are very small are often the most significant. The large changes announce themselves. They come with noise and drama and clear before and after. But the small changes, the ones that shift things by a fraction of a degree, these are the ones that move the world. The night is turning by fractions right now. You feel each fraction. You are the instrument sensitive enough to register what others might miss. The night is still the night. For now. The coldest hour. This is it. Just before the light comes, the temperature drops to its lowest point. The night giving everything it has, one last deep cold before the warmth begins its return. Your worn stones is as cold as it will be. The cold has a clarity to it. This is something about extreme temperatures. They make the air very clear, very still. The cold does not move the way warm air moves. It sits. It settles. It makes the stars seem closer, somehow, as if the cold has compressed the space between you and them. The stars are still many, but the quality of the dark has changed, very slightly. Less complete. More like something that will not last forever. The dark knows, at this hour, that it is temporary. It has always been temporary. But now it knows. You notice this. You let it be. Cold air is clarifying. It simplifies. In the cold, there is less distraction. The smells are sharper. The sounds carry further. The mind, if you have a mind, is cleaner. The cold is asking the world to be more itself, less decorated, more essential. And the world is complying. In this coldest hour, everything is at its most itself, including you. Your worn stones in the cold, the water moving beneath you in the deep earth. The cold is just cold. The dark is just dark. And you have been through many cold, dark hours before this one, and morning has always come. The night has been long. You have been in it for all of it. You have felt it change, slowly, from the warm evening through the deep dark to this hour that is still night but is no longer the same night that it was. It has traveled. The night has traveled from its beginning to here, and you have traveled with it. The river, moving steadily beneath you. A sound that is not quite the same as the sounds before it. Or perhaps you are hearing differently now. Your hearing has changed through the night, becoming more attuned, more sensitive. By this hour you can hear things you might not have heard at the beginning of the evening. The world is very quiet, but you are hearing it more. Having stayed through the whole night is not something many things do consciously. Most things that are awake at dawn were not awake at midnight. Most things that were awake at midnight were not awake for the evening. But you have been here for all of it. You have held the entire arc. This is a kind of witnessing, a kind of presence that most things never achieve. The night has been fully seen. This is one of the gifts of staying through the whole night. By the end, you are more awake to small things than you were at the start. Not awake in the way of urgent wakefulness, but attuned. Present in a deep and very quiet way. Still dark. But you know. You have seen enough nights to know this feeling. The dark before light is different from the dark of midnight. It has a quality of anticipation that midnight does not have. Not anticipation in the sense of eagerness or anxiety. More like the anticipation of the earth itself, which has been here through many, many dawns and knows what is coming and holds itself ready, very quietly, for the first touch of light. Your worn stones is ready, though you did not know you were waiting. Something is coming. You are in no hurry. It will come in its own time, as it always does, as it has done every morning since the first morning. You have been here for many of those mornings. Each one arrived exactly when it was supposed to arrive, not a moment before, not a moment after. This one will be the same. The earth has been through this before. Many times. The exact number is beyond counting. Every morning that has ever come has been preceded by a night like this, a cold pre-dawn, a darkness about to turn. The earth knows what happens next. It has always known. And so do you, in the way that old things know. Not from memory exactly. From the fact of having been here before. You are ready. The river, moving steadily beneath you. Slower now. Or is it? It may be the same, and only your sense of it has changed. The air has moved. Slightly. A breath. The first movement of air in a long time. You feel it on your worn stones, a barely perceptible shift in temperature and direction. This is one of the signs. The air begins to move before the light comes. Something in the heating of the distant horizon sets things in motion, very gently, very slightly, before anything can be seen. The stars nearest the horizon have dimmed, just slightly. Too slightly to say for certain. But you feel it. The night is not over. But it is turning. You are hearing differently than you were at the start of the evening. The ears of the night are different from the ears of the day. The night tunes you. Hours of quiet attentiveness, hours of receiving small sounds and large silences, make the hearing finer. What you hear now, in this pre-dawn quiet, is heard more completely than it would have been at dusk. The night has prepared you to receive the morning. The long arc of the night, which has been curving deeper and deeper into dark, has reached its lowest point and has begun, imperceptibly, to curve back. This is where you are. At the turn. At the place where the night decides it has been night long enough. This is the time between times. Not night, not morning. A held breath. The darkness still holds everything it has held all night, but it is holding it differently. Less certain. Less absolute. The darkness has been absolute all night, and now it is something slightly less than absolute. Something that can be questioned. Something that will not last. Your worn stones rests in it. You have been patient. You have not needed to be anything other than what you are. You have not needed the night to hurry or the morning to arrive. You have been here in the night and you will be here in the morning, and neither is better or worse, neither is more true than the other. You still do not need anything. The morning will come when it comes. Being between times is a skill. Not everyone has it. Most things prefer to be clearly in one time or another, day or night, sleep or waking, past or present. But you are in neither, and you are comfortable here. This threshold is not uncomfortable. It is interesting. It is the place where what was is ending and what will be has not begun, and you are in the middle of it, perfectly still. You are here either way. A bird. Far away. One note. Testing. Then silence. The bird is not sure yet. It woke too early, or it is more sensitive than the others, or it simply cannot wait. It put one note into the dark to see if the dark was ready. The dark is not ready. The bird goes quiet again. The river, moving steadily beneath you, more quietly than before. The world is preparing something. You can feel the preparation without knowing exactly what form it will take. This is always how it is before a change. You feel the preparation more than the thing itself. The thing itself arrives suddenly, or seems to, but the preparation was slow and gradual and took all night. The bird will try again soon. And this time the dark will be a little more ready. The first bird is always tentative. It always tests before committing. This is wisdom. You do not announce yourself into a dark that might not be ready. You try one note. You wait. You see if the dark responds. If it does not, you wait longer. The bird has done this. It will try again. And each time it tries, the dark is a little more ready than before. Morning arrives by accumulation. And each time after that the dark will be more ready still, until finally it is not dark at all, but that pale thing that is neither dark nor light, but the space between them. The horizon. Something at the horizon, if you can feel such a thing. A pressure. A coming. Not yet visible. Not yet light. But a presence, like the presence of something very large moving slowly toward you from a great distance. The stars there have faded further. Definitely now. Not imagined. Real. The rest of the sky still holds them fully. The stars overhead, the stars to the west and north and south. But the east is changing. The east has begun its long, slow brightening, so gradual that it is less like watching it happen and more like looking away and looking back and finding it different. The water moving beneath you is the same as it has always been. You are the same as you have always been. But the world is changing around you, and you feel it. You have felt it approaching all night, in the way you feel things. through everything, through your worn stones and the air and the sounds. Morning is coming. The horizon has always been there, but it is only now that you feel it as a presence. Before, it was simply the edge of the visible. Now it is something more. A source. A direction the world is facing. Everything is oriented toward the east right now, even the things that do not know it. The animals that will wake. The plants that will turn toward the light. All of it leaning, slightly, toward what is coming. It has always been coming. The dark is softening. Not gone. Not even close to gone. But softer. The shapes of things are beginning to return. Not clearly. As suggestions. The outline of something. The edge of something else. The world is offering itself back in silhouette, in suggestion, in the barest traces of itself before the full light returns. Your worn stones begins to be visible to whatever is watching. It has been invisible all night, or nearly so. Now it is finding its shape again, the way things find their shapes in the morning, slowly, edges before interiors, outlines before details. A long night. A good night. Almost done. The return of shapes is the return of the world. Not a different world. The same world, which was here all along in the dark, simply without its outlines. You knew it was here. You felt it. But now it is becoming visible again, shape by shape, edge by edge, and the knowing and the seeing are coming back together into the single experience they are in full light. Not with sadness. The night ends every night, and you receive the ending the way you received the beginning. It comes, and you are here for it, and that is enough. The morning will be beautiful in its own way. The morning always is. Gray. The sky is gray where it was black. Just there, just at the east. Everything else is still dark. The sky overhead is still full of stars. To the west, the night is still the night. But the east has given in. The east has accepted that morning is coming and has begun to prepare. The river, moving steadily beneath you, for maybe the last time tonight. The night sounds are thinning. Some are done. The sounds that belong to the deepest dark have retreated. The sounds of early morning have not yet arrived. In between, the world is very quiet in a new way. The quiet between the night sounds and the morning sounds is a specific quiet. Not the quiet of midnight, which is the quietest point, the silence at the bottom of the well. This is a different silence. A transitional silence. The silence of things ending and things not yet beginning. A pause. A held breath. An interval. You are in it, and it will not last long, and then the morning sounds will come. This quiet between night sounds and morning sounds is its own thing, different from the quiet of deep night. That quiet was complete. This quiet is expectant. It knows what it is waiting for, and it will not have to wait long. More gray now. The shapes of things more clear. Your worn stones visible. The water moving beneath you still deep, still dark, still itself. The birds again. A few now, not just one. They have conferred, in whatever way birds confer, and they have agreed that the morning is close enough. They are starting. Not the full chorus yet. That will come with the light. These are the early ones, the ones who cannot wait, the ones who begin a few minutes before they have to. They are trying out the morning, seeing how it fits. The night is not over, but the balance has shifted. Morning is certain now. The difference between knowing something and feeling it is the difference between the night and the pre-dawn. All night you have known morning was coming. Now you feel it. The certainty has changed quality. It is no longer abstract. It is sensory. It is in the air and in the light and in the way the birds are waking. Morning is not coming. Morning is here, just behind the last of the dark. It was always certain. But now it is certain in a way that can be felt, not just known. Certain the way something right in front of you is certain, not the way something far away is certain. The last of the deep dark. These are the final minutes of the night as it has been. This particular darkness, this particular quiet, this particular version of the world without light. You have been in it for hours. You know it well now. You know its sounds and its silences and its textures and its temperatures. The river, moving steadily beneath you. One last time, or one of the last times. You have known this sound all night. It has been a companion. When the morning comes, the morning sounds will take its place, and the night sound will retreat to wherever night sounds go when the day arrives. But now it is here. One last time. You receive it the way you have received everything tonight. With the same open quiet. The same wide attention. The same willingness to let it be what it is and then let it go. It goes. The night has given you something, though it is hard to name. A quality of attention. A familiarity with the dark. A knowledge of the sounds and rhythms of these hours that you did not have at the start. You have been changed, slightly, by the night. Not dramatically. But the morning will find you slightly different from how the evening left you. More quiet. More settled. More at home in the dark. Morning is almost here. Light. The first real light. Not bright. Not yet. But real and unmistakable. The grey at the horizon has warmed into something. Pink. Pale gold. The colours of morning, arriving in the order they always arrive. Light finds the river before it finds you. The water brightens first. Your worn stones receives it. After all the hours of dark, the light lands on you and you feel it. Not as warmth yet. That will come. But as presence. As the return of something that has been gone. The light recognizes you and you recognize it. This is a reunion that happens every morning, between you and the light, between the world and the day. The night has been long and good. And now this. Now the thing the night was waiting for, the thing that every night waits for without knowing it. Light recognizes you. This is a thing you can feel when the morning light lands on your worn stones. It is not an intrusion. It is a reunion. The light has been here before. It knows the surfaces of you, the angles of you, the way you hold and reflect and absorb. It finds you again after the night and settles onto you the way something returns to where it belongs. The day is beginning, and you are here for it, as you have been here for all of it. The first birds arriving in the willows. They are tentative at first. One, then another. Testing. Then more, and more. The sound builds from nothing, from silence, from the few brave early voices into something fuller, something that is beginning to fill the air the way the light is beginning to fill the sky. Sound and light arriving together, reinforcing each other, making the morning more fully morning. Light finds the river before it finds you. The water brightens first. The world is lifting. This is the word for what happens in the morning. Lifting. The weight of the night, which was not heavy but was real, is lifting. The dark is lifting. The silence is lifting. The world is rising into its day self. And you are here to receive all of it. The birds build their chorus from nothing. One voice, then two, then many, each adding to the others, creating something that no single voice could make alone. By the time the chorus is full, it is impossible to pick out individual voices. It has become one sound, a sound that belongs to the morning the way dawn light belongs to the morning, indistinguishable from it, necessary to it. After the long night, after the deep stillness, after the hours of dark and quiet, the world is offering itself back to the light, and you are here, as you have always been, to receive it. The light is stronger now. The shapes of things are fully back. Colors are returning. Not all of them yet, but the first ones. The greens and grays and browns that are the colors of morning before the sun is fully up. Soft colors. Muted. Still close to the night in some ways, but undeniably day. Your worn stones in the morning light is familiar and new. You have seen yourself in morning light before. Many times. And yet it always seems new. The night changes things slightly, rearranges the quality of them, so that when the light comes back the world is itself but subtly refreshed. Like something that has been cleaned overnight and returned to its place. The first birds arriving in the willows. More of them now. The chorus is building. The return of color is the return of the world's information. Color tells you things, the health of a leaf, the direction of the light, the time of day. All night you have been without this information, reading the world by other means. Now the color comes back. First the greens, then the golds and browns, then the blue of the sky deepening as the sun rises. The world giving you back your full seeing. The day is well underway. Not loud yet. Not the full brightness of midday. But underway, moving in the direction of all its dayness, unstoppable now. The night is over. It happened gradually, and then it was simply done. There was no single moment when you could say, "There, that was it. That was when the night ended and the day began." It happened in the way all true things happen, slowly and then completely. You were here for all of it. The long middle of it. The quiet hours when the world slept. The slow turning of the pre-dawn. The first light. The first birds. all of it. The first birds arriving in the willows. The world is waking up. You are already awake. You have been awake all night. You have been here for all of it. This is a simple thing to say and a significant thing to have done. The night has a completeness when someone is present for all of it. From the evening through the deep dark to the dawn. The whole arc, witnessed. Not by looking, by being, by remaining. The night is complete because you were in it from start to finish. This is what you do. You remain through the dark. You receive the morning. You continue into the day. You have done this many times. Each time is its own night and its own morning, unique, and each time you are here for it, and that is what makes it complete. Light finds the river before it finds you. The water brightens first. Warmth is returning to your worn stones. Not much yet, but a beginning. The sun is not high enough to give real warmth, but the quality of the air is warmer than it was an hour ago. The coldest hour is behind you. The world is warming from the inside out, from the horizon inward, from the light outward. The air smells different in the morning. Something released by the dark, something taken back up by the light. A freshness, an openness, as if the night has cleaned the air and left it ready for whatever the day will bring to it. The first birds arriving in the willows. The full chorus now. Every bird that was quiet all night, or almost quiet, has found its voice in the morning. They are filling the air with their morning conversation, their territorial announcements, their simple joy at the return of light. The first warmth is a very small warmth. Just the suggestion of it. Just the quality of the morning air that is different from the pre-dawn air, not in temperature so much as in the promise of temperature. The warmth is coming. You can feel the edge of it. And knowing it is coming is almost as good as having it. The world is warming. The day is warming. You are beginning to warm. The day is arriving in everything at once. You have watched the night from beginning to end. You were there when the last day bird went quiet. You were there when the first night sound began. You were there in the deepest hours when the world was most still. You were there when the moon set and left only stars. You were there when the coldest air settled. You were there when the first bird tested the morning. And now you are here, in the light. Nothing dramatic. Just night, completed. This is worth something. Not all things complete themselves. Not all things are here for their own ending. You have been here for the whole arc of this night, from first dark to first light, and there is a wholeness in that. The first birds arriving in the willows. The world is fully itself in the morning light. To be a witness is to give something reality it would not otherwise fully have. The night happened. But it happened to you, and in you, and around you, and in that happening you were its witness. You gave it the presence that makes experience complete. The sounds were real because you heard them. The visitors were real because you noticed them. The depth of the dark was real because you were in it. And so are you. The world is fully awake around you. You are an ancient stone bridge over a quiet river in a forgotten valley. You were this last night. You are this now. Nothing has changed and everything is different. This is what a night does. It keeps you exactly the same while transforming the world around you. You emerge from every night the same thing you were when it began, and the world is new. The day will be long. The sun will move across the sky. Light will shift and warm and slowly cool again toward evening. The shadows will lengthen again. The birds will quiet. And then the night will come. And you will be here for it. As you are always here. As you have always been here. As you will be here long after this particular morning has become its particular afternoon and evening and night. You are an ancient stone bridge. You are the same thing in the light that you were in the dark. An ancient stone bridge. This does not change with the sun's position. You are not more yourself in the morning than you were at midnight. You are not less yourself at midnight than you are at noon. You are continuously yourself, through all the lights and darks, through all the seasons, through all the nights that have come before this one and will come after. This does not change. The first birds arriving in the willows. The sound fills the air around you. Not just from one direction now, but from all directions. The morning has surrounded you with its voices. Light finds the river before it finds you. The water brightens first. The water moving beneath you is the same as it has always been. Your worn stones receives the morning. A full night. A full night, and now a morning. This is the whole of it. The arc from dusk to dawn, from the last light of evening through all the hours of dark to this, the return of light. You have held this arc. You have been present for every point along it. There is a completeness to that which is its own kind of rest. The day can be what the day is. You are ready for it. The whole arc of the night, from the first evening star to the last of the dawn, has been a single unbroken thing. Not a series of separate moments, but one continuous experience, one long, slow movement from light to dark and back to light. You have been in that movement all night. You have not stood outside it watching. You have been inside it, part of it, moved by it in the way that your worn stones is always moved by the world it is in. You have been preparing for it all night. The sun is up. Not high. New. The light of early morning, still gentle, still arriving. The long light that comes in at a low angle and touches things sideways, finding surfaces and textures that the high sun never finds. This is the most beautiful light of the day, and it is yours, right now. You are in it. You were in the dark. Now you are in the light. You are the same thing in both. An ancient stone bridge. Over a quiet river in a forgotten valley. Here. Complete. What you are in the light is what you were in the dark. And what you were in the dark is what you will be in the next dark, and the one after that. This continuity, this being the same thing through all the changes, is the deepest thing about you. Not a small thing. Not a given. Many things are not continuous in this way. You are. You have always been. You will always be. The morning makes you no more yourself than the night did. You are equally yourself in every light and in every dark. This is the deepest thing you know about yourself, that you are continuous. The night did not interrupt you. The morning does not begin you. You simply are, and have been, and will be. The night is done. You were in it. All of it. From the last gold of evening through the deep quiet of midnight to this, the morning. Nothing was asked of you. Nothing needed to be done. You only needed to be here. And you were here. Through every hour, every sound, every silence, every small change in temperature and light and air. You were here for all of it. An ancient stone bridge. Over a quiet river in a forgotten valley. The day has come. You are still here. As you will always be here. As you have always been here. As you were here before this night, and as you will be here for all the nights that follow. Rest now. Let the day be the day. Let the morning do what mornings do. You have held the night. You can let it go now. Rest. Let the night go now. You held it well. You were in it completely. And now it is releasing you, the way nights always release their holders at dawn, and you are releasing it, the way things release what they have been holding when the time comes. The night is over. The day is here. You are here. Still the same. Still yourself. Ready for whatever the light brings.